Hey everybody, I just made a pretty massive set of pickups for modern cricket, and I just wanted to walk y'all through what I've got. Um, so I'll just give you a heads up. This is going to be a combination of raw cards and some of the first graded cricket cards. I know folks have mixed feelings about graded cards, especially, old school purists that have been collecting for a long time. I'm on the fence. I think that there's benefit to the grading, but I also enjoy raw cards too. But for the modern cards, I think it makes a little bit of sense. So what we'll be going through here is just a lot of cricket attacks. These are mostly 2013 to 2015 golds and silvers. And then I'll be walking through, some specific players and some pretty sweet cards I picked up. So to start with, AB de Villiers picked up some raw cricket attacks. These are the 2015 World Cup. And really sweet design on these. You can see how they have that kind of holographic foil. And then these are the 2016s. Yeah, so that's the 2016 and that's the 2015 World Cup. So those ones are raw, obviously. And here is the 2016 gold, graded in a 5. You'll see that the grades on these, this one looks pretty sweet. Like, I'm not exactly sure what would get it a 5. A lot of times these have like little tiny surface issues, or sometimes they have bent corners coming out of the packs. It's very, very hard to get these mint. But a 5 seems a little bit rough for this card, which honestly looks pretty nice. So I picked up this 5 and a CSG 8. And this is the 2013 silver. Cool. So that's AB. You'll see this is a pretty big stack of Kohlis here. So this whole stack is going to be Kohlis, starting with the 2015 World Cup. This is a 2016. This is the 2015 World Cup base. 2 of those. And then this is a stack of 4 2016 golds. So let's see if we can actually get these on camera. This one looks pretty clean. This one here you can see has an edge issue here on the left side. It's kind of hard to see on camera, but it's got that little kind of crease in the edge. That's just something that happens in these packs. They're a very thin paper stock, which makes finding them in a very high condition very hard to do. This one has a little bit of corner issue, and this one does too. But the golds are hard to come by. It's like 1 out of every 5 packs you get a gold card. So finding 4 of those is pretty cool. This is a 2017 pop-up card. Getting one of these in a 7 is pretty impressive. You can see that these were often popped up. So happy to get that in a 7. And then some rookies. So 2011, Kohli has a base cricket attacks, and this one is in a 4. And if you check the pop reports on these, like very, very low pop. Not a lot of these have been graded. And when these do get graded, they're often, a 4 is actually a fairly decent grade for the base cards. And then you'll see on the gold cards in these 2011s, this is actually the nicest one I have. And that's saying something. You'll see right now, I also got a 1. And honestly, as far as a 1 goes, not terrible. And 2. So again, of the Kohli rookies, a 1, 2, and 3 in the gold, and then a 4 in the base. I didn't have any gold rookies, and I think I had 2 base rookies, so was happy to get these all in a lot. 2016 looked familiar. So there's the gold in a 6. Here's a 2013 limited edition, which I did not have this card. These don't come in the regular packs, so got that in a 6. And then a 2015 gold in 4. So big stack of Kohli cricket attacks there. Happy to get those. I'll go to MS Dhoni next. So MS Dhoni, famous wicket keeper, probably a shoe-in for the Hall of Fame, although the ICC has a very high and kind of strange bar for who they let in, but Dhoni probably deserves it. This is a gold card from 2015 World Cup. But then this one here, if you know anything about this card, would love to hear about it in the comments. My understanding is that this card is Dhoni's true rookie card. So he has a few, or at least one or two 2009 cards that, there's one on eBay right now that's listed at like, I don't know, $1,000 from 2009. This one is a true 2008, and it's a lenticular card, so you can kind of see the background moves, kind of like, the old sports flicks cards we used to have in the U.S. in the 80s and 90s. But yeah, this is a true rookie 2008 of Dhoni. In my understanding, this is an extremely rare card, very sought after by Indian collectors. So I was happy to pick this up. But again, I don't really know much about it. So if you know much about this card, would love to hear about it in the comments. Picked up some Chris Gales and Dale Stein gold, which I was happy about. And then this stack of Sachins is pretty cool. So that's just a base. This is a really, my understanding is it's a pretty hard to find card, pretty sought after. This is the Top Draw One Day Wonders. And this card was printed in 1999. So, this one, saw someone selling it online. It wasn't on eBay. I found it in a different forum. And I'd heard that this was a pretty desirable card, so picked this one up. Again, if you know much about this one, would also love to hear about it. I don't know a ton about the history of this, just that it's one of his harder cards to track down. Then I've got a 1996 Futura World Cup Sachin and an 8. And this is, largely considered his rookie. He does have earlier cards that are very hard to track down. The 1992 card from South Africa being the most famous. But, this is really his first card that you can get relatively easily. And an 8 is actually a pretty good grade for this card. They're notoriously off-center. That's a pretty typical centering for this card, actually. Also from 1996, the South African Sports Deck Cricket World. And again, this card also is hard to find in nice grade. Not so much because of the centering, but most of these were not kept in like binders. So you'll find these a lot of times with rounded corners and sometimes creases. So getting one in a PSA 8 is actually pretty impressive. This is a card I just love. This is the 1996 Futura World Cup. So same set as this one, but this is the base card, and this is the insert. And these are serial numbered. This is Sachin's first serial numbered insert out of 2000. And I want to say there's only 5 of these graded PSA 9 and another 5 or so in PSA 10. So finding one in this grade is pretty tough. Not a ton of these have been graded. So I was happy to pick that up. I actually traded for this one. You know who you are. Thank you for that trade. Gave up a card I liked, but was happy to pick this one up. And then, I mentioned earlier the Cricket World base 1996. He also had a gold. So this Cricket World gold, again, hard to track down, period. I think in raw form, there's 1 or 2 listed on eBay for maybe $150 or $200 or something like that. But yeah, finding one in a PSA 8, which for those of you that aren't familiar with PSA, the grading is really, really, really tough, especially now. It seems like the grading's got harder. I can't see what is actually wrong with this card. Like if you were trading this card with somebody, you definitely say, hey, this is a mint card. I'm sure PSA looked under the microscope and found a couple of flaws that brought it down to an 8, but a really, really nice example of this card, which is oftentimes at least slightly damaged. And coming on the home stretch, got an Imran Khan 1983 Panini sticker. This is my first graded sticker, period. So it's kind of cool to pick this up. I actually didn't have any cards from this set or stickers from this set. I've been largely collecting Hall of Fame rookies, and I don't think there are any rookies in this set, so I haven't actually purchased any. But, getting one graded, again, looks like a mint card. PSA's grading standard super high, slightly off center. I guess that could knock it down. There's probably some very minor defects. Looks like maybe that one corner is a little soft. But again, most grading companies would probably grade this a 7. PSA gives it a 4, which is one of the reasons that they have a premium on the price of PSA versus other grading companies. Speaking of other grading companies, one more CSG, which is kind of the newcomer in the hobby here in the USA. This is a Don Bradman, one of my favorite cards. I love this set, the oval set. This was graded a very good, excellent 4. The front actually looks a little bit nicer than that, especially for CSG. I would have thought this would be more like a 6, but the back is very off-center, which I think was the main reason it got the 4. But still really nice, presents well. Happy to have that. And then finally, shout out to my man Shane Warne, an absolute legend in Australia. Unfortunately passed away earlier this year. But this is his same set as the Sachin from earlier, the gold, the Cricket World gold. These are getting very hard to find in any condition, much less one that's so nice. So this is considered a near mint 7, but again, just a really nice, clean copy. If someone told you it was mint and you picked this up, you'd be like, oh yeah, that's pretty much mint. PSA disagrees. Actually, I can see the main flaw in this one is that top right corner, which, might have been an 8 without that, but with that corner drops it down to a 7. So that's the overview of the modern cards I've picked up recently. Let me know how you think I did. Anything in here that you think was a good purchase? And again, if you have any information on this Dhoni card, would love that. Also, this Sachin card. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it.